Hey, welcome to this video, West University Place Analytics. We're talking about West University. All right, West University Place. So it's very important that we're looking at an area that is of high concern. Okay, this is a thriving market, very much thriving market. I'm going to blow this up for you so you can see it full screen. We are looking at West University Place right here, which is near Rice University, Southampton Place. It's just looks like east of the Galleria, right over here, just south of River Oaks, and just east of Bel Air. Okay, so this is where we are looking. It's a highly coveted area. We had in the last 6 months right here 91 sales that closed. We got 91 brave souls came in here, brave souls, brave families came in here, decided I'm going to pay 4.7% more money. So this is year over year sale price change. They decided they're going to come in here and they're going to push the prices up 4.7%, nearly 5% higher. Okay, that's what they did, up to $1,745,000 or $505 a square foot. Very interesting. It only takes 14 days to go under contract. Okay, so that's how much time to get a pending contract, to go under pending status. Okay. Median home size is 3,660 square foot, so that's what people are buying, and they're buying homes that are built in 1995. So a healthy 5%, close to 5% year-over-year sale price increase for a very high dollar market area, and we have a 98.1% price retention. That means that homes are selling for nearly full price. Their sellers are willing to give up about 2% to negotiate a deal. We have a risk factor of 54%. So based on that risk profile of this area, which describes the variation in sale prices, my system says that market value, as you can see here in this gauge, is approximated to be $2,879,609. So if you want to come into this market and buy a property, a house, and still have some value, you want to be at this threshold or below. Okay. So that's what we're looking to do. We're trying to be in a safe place. We want to buy a house safely, okay? So we want to watch that number and we want to be below that number so we can always capture the most audience attention now and into the future, okay? Exposure is 66.5%. It's positive by a lot. The median list price among 45 actives, we have it in green right here, $2,373,500. That means that the median list price is much higher than the median sale price, $1,745,000. So that makes sense because look at what the actives are doing, days active. So these homes that are active, 45 of them, are spending 65 days on the market, not 14, 65. And that's because they're asking a large amount of money compared to what it actually sells. And so that means the exposure right here, 66.5%, means that of the variation of price, you just walking into this market, y'all, this is what you're seeing, $2,373,500. You're shopping in a market where you're seeing this price, $2,373,500. That's what you're seeing as buyers. But they don't trade for that. They trade for $1,745,000. And what I want to say is that the median sale price right up here is the best estimate of value for a market area because, as you know, buyers buy the best inventory. Whatever's available, whatever's the best quality, whatever the best options are, the buyers get them first. So that is the best representation of value is that median sale price. So given that the median list price, what sellers are trying to get is significantly higher, significantly $600,000 higher than what they actually sell for. So be very careful. You cannot go into West University without expertise. And most likely, if you're watching this channel, you're watching it because you met me at an open house, whether it's Memorial Villages, River Oaks, Montrose Heights, Oak Forest, Bel Air, Braeswood Place, Rice Village, or here in West University Place, doesn't matter. You're probably watching this because we met at an open house or you met one of my team members at an open house, okay? And this is the kind of guidance that you need, not just here, but everywhere that you go. But West University is polarizing. Okay, so you do not want to just walk in here and get a house with your average realtor. Okay, you need a real expert. All right, now let's take a look at your pending rate. Okay, the pending rate is 34.8%. That's actually quite strong. Okay, Houston overall is about a 25% pending rate. So buyers are scooping up 1 out of 4 across Houston. But when we look at West University Place, when it comes to what's available for buyers to scoop up, they're actually taking more than 1 out of 3 that are available. 1 out of 3 are under contract. That's what buyers are doing. That means enthusiasm is high compared to Houston generally, and this is at a higher price point. Inventory is 2.64 months, so it's really low. It's like half of what overall Houston is, which is 4.3, so close to half. So low inventory means there's not a whole lot of options. We got 45 actives, but double that in sales. We had, more than double that in sales. So you can see that it's a competitive market. But you got to be careful. Don't buy something that's on a 4-way intersection. Don't buy something that's next to the railroad. Don't buy something that's on Holcomb. Because what's available, what's flooding this market is going to be the garbage, okay? So you got to make sure you pay attention to that. Now, when I'm looking at, so we've got the summarization of the market. We can see it here, okay? We talked about that. We got 4.7% year-over-year sell price change. So the same period last year compared to this period, sell prices, this number, median sell price, is up nearly 5%. You can expect to buy a 90s era house here, okay? And then homes are selling for 98.1% of their original list price. So sellers are willing to give up some amount of their list prices to make a deal happen. So, sellers are pricing high, and we see that right here. And you can expect to get a home around 36 to 3,700 square foot, as we can see right there. Lot sizes are around 6,000. So from the 91 sales, people are buying around 6,000 square foot lot sizes. All right. We can further see when we click on area profile that people that are buying homes in West University Place, and we can actually adjust for lot sizes. So let's put 5,000 minimum. So we're dealing with full-size lots. Don't want to be dealing with those townhouses that are in there. So now we're down to 86 sales, and the median sale price went up a tad to $1,781,000, and the median list price went up to $2.4 million. So we're looking at single-family type properties that are on at least a 5,000 square foot lot. So what's popular? Well, 4 bedrooms are popular. Those 49 sales that occurred in the last 6 months, you want to buy 4 bedrooms. Now, if we want to isolate 4-bedroom properties, we can click on this. Then the numbers change. All right. So the median sale price went from $1,785,000 to $1,930,000. So if you're going to buy a 4-bedroom house in West University Place, you're going to pay close to $2 million, and that's just on a median basis. So your mid-quality, mid-grade, mid-quality house is going to be $1.93 million we can expect to pay for. Still going to pay around 500 square foot, which is on par with the rest of the market overall. These are only taking 9 days to sell. So these are highly competitive. They're even more competitive than the overall area, which was taking 14 days to sell. So these are not lasting very long, especially if they're priced really good. And a priced really good turnkey house, based on the risk profile of this area, 45% for a 4-bedroom house in West University, that's the risk profile. The market value thus threshold is $3,005,000. So you can walk into this market buying a turnkey amazing house that's 4 bedrooms, pay $3 million, but no more, okay? That's what the system estimates. This is based on the market condition of the last 6 months. Now, 3-bedroom homes. So I click on that. 3-bedroom homes is 18, there was 18 sales. So it doesn't make up a whole lot of the market, but is the second most favorite, okay? Those are going for $1.4 million, and those were older, 1981. We see that right there. However, year-over-year sale prices for this criteria has actually jumped by nearly 12%, which is a very strong jump. They're selling for full price, 100%. They're taking 12 days to go on the market, so they're still selling fast, but their per square foot is much higher, 530 per square foot. Based on this risk profile of a 3-bedroom house in West University Place, I would not pay more than $1,813,000. That's where you got to stop yourself. I know you want to pay more because you see that amazing house. It's overpriced. 1.8 million is where you want to be at. Now, we've got a pending rate that's really strong here. So this is a very competitive area. There's only 4 available. 4 available. That's all you got. But don't go more than 1.8. Look at this. We already have one on the top of the list there. You see it, 3.3 million. Stay away from that. Doesn't make any sense. The other thing is that's on a University Boulevard, very busy street. Okay, they're asking $1,200 a square foot for that. It's insane. No arbitrage, no deal. This is not a good deal. Okay, so 1.8, we want to stay at or below that. That's the threshold. It's the market value threshold. The next thing we want to look at, maybe perhaps, is a 5 bedrooms. Maybe you need the 5 bedroom. Okay, there was 11 sales, so that's the third most popular criteria of what sells there. We can see that for this house, the price goes up. The median sale price for a 5 bedroom is $2,275,000. But do note that it is 4,500 square feet, built around 1998. So it's going to be a large house. They're taking 100 days to sell. They're taking much longer. Not 9 days, not 12 days, not even 14 days, but 100 days. They're taking a lot longer to sell. Year-over-year sale prices have actually dropped for a 5-bedroom house by almost 5%. They're selling for 3% off their list prices. Their pending rate is a little weaker with 2 out of 5 under contract, and the inventory level is high at nearly 5 months. So the 5 bedrooms are not very popular. The best ones you can buy, the best house you can buy right now is going to be a 4-bedroom house. Okay, that's the most popular. It's a tried and true property as a 4-bedroom house, and they're about 3,800 square foot. Okay, so that's what you want to get. Most of them are 4.5 baths, so try to get 4.5 bath. 2-car garage, 2-story homes, all right? And then we have brackets for home size, lot size, and West University Place School, of course. So now let's close that. So we got to take a look at each different criteria of home and see what the market is doing for each one. It's very interesting. So we're back to 86 sales now for the entire market. Let's see what we have here. We do have flood zones, so be aware of that. Let's take a look at what happens when we put in a 0.2% chance per year flood zone criteria. So homes that were in the 0.2% chance per year flood zone are shown right here in, or they're shown right here. You can see it. It's kind of got that N shape, you know, backward N. But the 500-year floodplain homes are selling for actually more money, $1.8 million. Okay, overall with 52 sales. So it looks like it makes up most of the market of the 86 sales is mostly in the X500 zone. X500 zone is a 0.2% chance per year of flooding. 508 per square foot, taking just 10 days to sell. They're about 3,600 square foot in size, 1995 year construction, but year over year, they're not moving very much, only 0.6% increase, and that's virtually flat. They are selling for nearly full price. Okay, pending rates 31.4%, a little weak, but not too bad. And inventory is 2.5 months. So we have 52 sales of the X500 floodplain. We've got 24 actives. I can swing these actives over here to the right, and we can see all the flood zones right here. We can also see if there's any arbitrage deals or if there's any good deal potentials. Okay, and there are some right here. So let's also compare it to the 100-year floodplain, as that's the other big one to be concerned about. So the 100-year floodplain, we had just 9 sales and 9 actives available. 100-year floodplain is proving to not be very popular with a median sale price that's on the low side, $1,651,000, $550 per square foot, taking 14 days to go under contract, 3,900 square foot in size, built in the early 90s. But year over year, sale prices have actually increased by 32.2%. But take that with a grain of salt because we're only talking about 9 sales, not like 20 sales, 50 sales. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit polarized, okay, because of the low amount of sales. Like tomorrow, that could drop to 10%, you know, because of the low amount of sales, low number of occurrences. So 98.5% they're selling for compared to list price. It's very risky here. Exposure is extreme, as the median list price is 3.124 for a house here, but people are paying half that. So it's very extreme, 115%, very extreme. Pending rates 1 out of 4, so very weak, and inventory is really high. So overall, the 100-year floodplain has low volume of sales, which means not desirable. People aren't buying them as much. Low sale price, because they have to price them low in order to sell them. And they're selling pretty quickly, I would say 14 days, because of the lower sale price makes them attractive. So sellers are not getting too aggressive, but for the sellers that are being aggressive and listing around $3 million, you can see here, they're staying on the market 137 days. All right, 4+ months on the market, and inventory is at 5 months. So people just aren't buying those. Okay, so we don't want to be in the 100-year flame, but the X500 looks good. So we want to be in the X500 or out of the flood zone. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So now let's go ahead and remove the flood zones. And so we got to look at flood zones. We got to look at the area profile for different criterias of bedroom counts and whatnot. Okay, so we already know a whole lot about West University Place as it stands right now. We know it's a healthy market, and we know some markets are better than others, and we got to look at that. Now let's see what we can find out in terms of showings, right? So let's look at showings. This is a prized feature that I have. It's proprietary. Nobody else has got this because it's very important. So pay attention to what we see here on the showings. So we're looking at the last 60 days of showings. These are people with realtors that scheduled showings and have looked at houses in the last 60 days in the West University Place. Now I have this data broken down into price ranges. We will be able to see individual houses, and I'll show you some examples of that. We have pricing categories. So we want to know what categories of price ranges is very popular for showings, okay? Over the last 60 days, which is the most relevant time frame for showings. So right now we're seeing that buyers have scheduled 89 showings, $1.4 to $1.5 million. So that's the most popular price point right now. So it's actually tied with 2.2 million to 2.4 million. So it's tied with that. The third most popular price point that people are looking at right now today is 1.5 to 1.55, okay? And then the fourth most is 1.55 to 1.6 million. And then the fifth most popular that buyers are looking at is 1.65 to 1.7 million, okay? So why is this important? Well, we want to know what buyers are looking at price point and price range wise. If you're a seller looking to list your house for sale, then this could be crucial to know at what point do you want to price. Do you want to price that extra dollar higher, or perhaps that's not getting that kind of the showing volume that's desirable. So if you're trying to list a house for sale, and by the way, this is customizable. So if you want to know, that's how amazing this is, okay? And how amazing that my analytics is to my listing clientele, because we can literally find at what point does the volume drop off. So we can price your house for sale for the max at the point where the volume drops, okay? We can figure that out here. So this is my default setting, but let's say I'm gonna come do a listing appointment at your house. I'm gonna show you the showings and the showing price ranges, and we're going to be able to see how much people are looking at certain price ranges, so we know exactly where to price at the most efficient level to get the most attention and get your home sold for the most money. The other thing is we're going to be able to look at, I'm going to show you in a minute, individual listings and what they're getting. So we can look at a similar house to yours and see what that house was getting showings wise up to this point. So we can try not to make that same mistake and overprice like they did, or maybe they're getting a lot of showings and we feel like we can price higher based on that. But showings is important for listings. It's also important for buyers though, because if you're a buyer and you're looking at a house that's getting a lot of showings, you probably ought to be a little more aggressive on the offer. And those are things we can all talk about. But knowing where the showings are is going to tell both buyers and sellers what to do better. We know what to do. We know how to evaluate the property. Now we need to see what's going on with the property on showings. Okay, so kind of like that under the radar type of stuff. Now I can also click this plus button here, and we can see this breakdown of showings. It's like histogram, but we can see it in a list fashion, and it's thinking right now, so it's not quite working at the moment, but it will. Maybe my internet's a little slow, but it will break this out into a list. But we actually can just skip that because we already have it here. I already showed you that. I was just trying to show you another way we can look at it. So let's look over here at the 42 actives, and let's try to find something that, well, let's look at just hit the market, right? So you can go over here to days available. We'll order it by whatever place has been on the market the least amount of time, and it looks like this one here, 3601 Amherst. Now, first of all, we want to look at this. Okay, in order to look at this, we initially see there's no arbitrage opportunity here, and we see that there's no deal on this. Okay, the reason why is because if I click on it, all right, we see that the price per square foot is okay. It's within market value per square foot. However, the list price $2,999 passes the market value threshold for the market area. That makes it no deal. So we don't have an arbitrage, we don't have a deal. However, it's not far. It's only off by about $70,000, maybe something we can work with. It's got 3 days on the market, 7,500 square foot lot, so it's very large. So this has to be a turnkey house because it's priced at the market threshold, both price and per square foot. So we got to be very careful here. But the lot size is nice. 7,500 is a great lot size. So let's zoom into the house. Let's look at the lot, make sure the lot is square, it's not messed up or in a bad spot. So it's a corner lot, a four-way intersection. That's a disadvantage. It doesn't look like it's a busy intersection, so we can, we can roll with that. We can set that aside because inventory is low, the selections are low, and it's not like it's on a busy four-way intersection, which would be University. So we are removed by 1 block from University, so that's good. It's on Amherst. And also, even though it is a four-way intersection, you are on the end of that intersection. You are on the end of that street, so it's a cul-de-sac street. So I still like it as a possibility. 3601 Amherst Street. Remember, if you guys like anything I bring up, contact me to show it to you, okay? Don't contact your agent that you never talked to, or don't contact the agent that sold you the house, or somebody that isn't doing any of this work. I don't get paid unless what I do pays me, right? So please do. If you like anything on here, please contact me to initiate conversation about your journey, about what you want to buy. Make sure, please do that. Otherwise, I won't be in business longer and I can't do this stuff. So I really do need you to approach me, and I hope you like what I do. I mean, I don't want to just be spoon-fed business. I want to show you what I can do, and hopefully this demonstrates that, and be able to adequately service your needs, okay? So looking at this, let me see, we got 3 days on the market. We got the MLS number there. It's 5,100 square foot, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. So because it's 5 bedrooms, it's going to take a little bit longer to sell. It's in the 0.2% chance per year floodplain, so that's a good thing. It's in a good floodplain for this area. It's a 2001 built house, not as good, so it's not newer, it's a lot older. But it could be a good opportunity being on a bigger lot than most houses. What you saw earlier was 6,000 square foot, 7,500, so that makes a difference. So this could be potentially an opportunity. You just would have to come in at the right amount, 97.7%. So what would that offer be? So of course we're gonna have to look at the pictures and see if it's move-in ready. We click on this dollar figure sign, and then it pulls up our calculations for making an offer. Now, if this is turnkey, amazing and perfect for you, doesn't need any work and looks great, then we could pay $2.93 million. Okay, you could pay that. That's what you could simply go in at. That's the market value, market offer right there. If we do a retention offer, all right, it's practically the same. Retention offer is how much homes are selling for their list price, 97.7%. They calculate pretty much just about the same. So if you were to buy this house, if it's turnkey, it's amazing. It's bigger than the usual lot, 6,000 square foot, 7,500 square foot. It's bigger than the usual house, 5,100 square feet versus the 3,700 square feet that you typically get. It's newer than what you can expect to buy. It's a 2001 construction house versus a 1993 house. Okay, that's what we got here. All right, and it's 485 a square foot. I'm sorry, it's 587 a square foot. So that's below the 638 per square foot. So it's one of the larger houses, but it's also on a larger lot, and it's a little newer, but still old. So if it's good, you like it, you love it, it's on a cul-de-sac street, it's north and south facing, so there's a lot of things to appreciate. And if it's got dual pane windows and all that stuff, 2.93 is very reasonable right there, 2.93. So you can do that. So we're close. They priced it fair, reasonably fair. Okay, and then we got another one here that is in the 500-year floodplain. So the next one down is right here, 5 days on the market, 4,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, built in 2022. So it's a newer age home here. Okay, that's at 6116 Buffalo Speedway. That's a problem though. Zoom in, and we see it's on a very busy street, Buffalo Speedway. So I'm not going to advise you to buy that. That's not going to happen. The next one is at 6632 Brompton Road, 10,000 square foot lot size. So it's practically a double lot. Let's zoom in. Brompton is a thoroughfare. Okay, so it's like right here, 10,000 square feet. Brompton is a thoroughfare, which means it goes from Holcomb all the way to University. So it is a thoroughfare, but fortunately it does not continue forward. You got to take a right or left there. You got a T-bone. So it's not that bad. Could probably still work with Brompton, but it may be a tad busy. This is rated as a good deal potential, as it falls below the per square foot value threshold and below the market value price threshold, as we can see right there. So it's got a good deal, but not an arbitrage opportunity. $2,490,000 for this property, just $431 a square foot. That's cheaper than the median sell price per square foot. 10,000 square foot lot is double the size of what's been selling. 6 days on the market, so not very long. Still early though. 5,783 square feet, nearly 6,000 square foot size. 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, built in 1996, not bad. As the median year built in 1993, it's in the X500, so this could work. Take a look at the pictures, see what you think, and if it's good enough for you, we should check this house out, okay? It's got $440,000 of market upside. That's the difference between the 2.49 and the 2.93. So you have this white space here, $440,000. To make some updates, okay? That's what that's saying right there. If you decide you want to go in and make an offer on this property, then it's suggesting to come in at about a $2,432,000 on this house. Okay, that would be the suggested offer on that. Okay, do we have another one we want to look at? No. Okay, that's good for the new for the new on the market. So that's how I look at these, analyzing the properties. Now let's look at back on market. So I think this one's a good opportunity, by the way. Out of the three, I like this top one the best, or it's the third one the best. Okay, now let's look at back on markets to see if anything has come back on the market over the last day. There's nothing, okay? It doesn't happen that often. Price drops also doesn't happen that often. There hasn't been one. Anything coming soon in the region? There is two properties coming soon. We've got a $3,650,000 property that is coming soon. It's built in 2020, sitting on a 7,800 square foot lot, so it's large. 4,775 square foot house. It's a large house as well, but they're asking way too much, $764 per square foot, and $3,650,000 is a lot. Okay, so we don't necessarily want to mess with this one. Okay, now this coming soon. These are not on the market yet, by the way. All right, so we do have a $1,950,000 house for $550 per square foot. That is looking attractive. It's coming on the market. It is in the chimney, though. This is the chimney of what we call the chimney. West University Market area. All right, it is zoned to West University Place, and it is in the West University Market area, and in the formal West University, not Houston area. Okay, not Houston. There's a portion which is above, I want to say, Albans up here. This is not West U. This is Houston. Okay, so this is actually West U. Now we're only, looks like 5 lots away from the railroad. That's going to be a problem. That's probably why it's priced lower. So be careful on this one. You may want to take a decibel reader over there to see how quiet or how loud it is when a train goes by. And the trains do go by there several times a day. So it's very important you pay attention to that. So that's what we got on West University Place. I hope you guys liked this video. All right. It was my pleasure talking to you about it, discussing it with you. Oh, I was going to show you showings, right? So individual showing. Let me show you that real fast. So this is a special power of mine, guys, a special power. And, so I'm looking to get new clients. That's why I make these videos. I'm happy we met when we did. Or if we have not met, I look forward to meeting you real soon. There is a page on my website where you go to realetix.com. You'll be able to find what open houses I'm doing, and you can come meet me at your leisure. I'm doing open houses every single weekend, just about every single weekend, okay? Sometimes during the week too, so make sure you jump on to one of those open houses and check that out, okay? One more thing you can do is you can go, when you go to realetix.com, all right, it looks like this, okay? When you go to realetix.com, you can schedule a free consult. Schedule a free consult by clicking there, and then you will be able to set up a consult at my office. I have one in River Oaks. Okay, I got an office in River Oaks, a nice Class A building in the Highland Village area. And I also have one in the Heights, if you prefer a different location, and Memorial. I have one in Memorial too. Now, here's the addresses I'm tracking showing data on. I'm tracking all these addresses, all these showings. All right, so let's take a look at one, for example. So let's see, on Sunday, I'm going to be hosting a open house at 3923 Villanova. Here it is. And this is in the West University Market area. So here we go. Here is the 3923 Villanova Street. Let's see what kind of showings they're getting, what kind of attention they're getting. Boom. So since January 1st, all the way to March 3rd, they've been getting showings on this house. We can see some gaps here from the 4th to the 10th. We had 11th, 14th, 16th. So this is January, right? So some steady ongoing showings almost daily here. Then once we hit the 18th, interestingly, there was a big gap, maybe almost 2 weeks before there was any showing schedule. But on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we had some showings. How are we doing on showings? So we click on Monday, March 3rd, and we see there was 2 showings on Monday, March 3rd, 10 a.m., 3:30 p.m. On Sunday, there was 1 showing. On Saturday, there was 1 showing. On Tuesday, 1 showing. Sunday, 1 showing. Thursday, 1 showing. Okay, so this is still really good. This shows that buyers are interested in this house. It's very marketable. Buyers like it. They're not pulling the trigger for some reason, which the analytics will tell us. But the property markets well. It markets well. And when you buy a house, you want to buy a house that markets well. Now, as you know, interest rates climbed up. The market's taking kind of a hit overall across Houston. So people are a little more reserved. Plus, with the tariffs and all the things that are going in play, people are probably, taking a back seat for a minute. Not buying something unless it ultimately checks off every single box. And they got to be like 99% sure they want it and not just 90% sure. There were some other ones here, like here's Purdue. So let's see what Purdue's doing. That 3923 Purdue. Only 1 showing on Saturday, February 22nd. Ever since that day, February 22nd, nothing, right? So if I'm a buyer and I'm interested in 3923 Purdue Street, then let's pull it up here, 3923 Purdue. Purdue Street. There it is. Okay, so it's a ranch home, single-story home. It looks clean, beige paint, you know, just like decor that's old and dated. Obviously, the cabinets are nice, but green walls, browns and oranges. Like, what is this skinny hallway looking room? Is that supposed to be a living room? I don't really understand that. But you can see there's a lot of design flaws. The crown molding, the dark cocoa walls. Wood floors are great, but not with those walls. Just very dark. The lighting sucks, as you can see, with the ceiling fans, no canned lights, the dated countertops, and all sorts of dated features. This home is pretty much a teardown, right? Looks like the roof is newer. It has gutters, 2-car garage too. So, and they're asking what? $1,080,000 for this house. It's been on the market 12 days. So in that 12 days, they've only had one showing. How valuable is that to know? How valuable is that to know, right? And that showing happened days ago, right in the beginning of the listing. It happened days ago. Look, they even reduced price 1.82%. It came down. No wonder. So you got to pay attention to these. Your realtor needs to be armed with this. All right. They're not, because I'm the only one that has it. So, like I said, I want to earn your business. Okay. I want to earn it. I'm not trying to just be spoon fed. That's why I created this stuff. And I give you the best competitive advantage. So let's make magic happen. Let me do a market consult with you. Let's sit down at my office or even at your house. I'm happy to come to your place, meet you at your lovely home, learn about your needs and wants and desires as far as your next home, and then potentially if you need to sell your home, what we can do there as well. So do reach out. I've got a team of agents ready to rock and roll, plenty of manpower to do all the marketing and to make sure you're able to get into a house if you want to see. So it's my pleasure to have you watching this video and looking forward to meeting you or seeing you again soon if we've already met. Have a good night.